I've been searching for you like a madman. Where are you? Please, come to me now, before death reaches me first. The world believes a prince commands everything. People think that with enough wealth, enough guards, enough palaces stretching across the golden deserts of Dubai, nothing can ever be beyond his reach. They are wrong. My name is Sheikh Hamdan. I was born into a family that carried centuries of honor on its shoulders. Every morning I woke beneath carved ceilings taller than most homes. Every evening I watched the city glow beneath my balcony while the Burj Khalifa pierced the stars like a silver spear. My calendar was filled with state dinners, charity galas, royal meetings, and ceremonies where thousands smiled at me as though I were the happiest man alive. Yet every night I returned to an empty silence, not because my palace lacked people, because it lacked you. I've been searching for you like a madman. Those words have become my prayer, my punishment, my confession. Every sunrise I wake believing today will finally bring me to you. Every sunset reminds me that fate is crueler than any enemy I have ever faced. No one understands. My security chief believes I'm chasing a political threat. The royal advisors think I'm investigating a hidden betrayal. The newspapers whisper that the crown prince has become obsessed with solving some mysterious case. Only I know the truth. I am not searching for an enemy. I am searching for the woman who unknowingly carried my heart away. Months have passed, perhaps longer. Time stopped making sense the day you disappeared. The first place I searched was the cafe where we met for the first time without introducing ourselves. You had no idea who I was. I wore ordinary clothes, escaping palace walls for one peaceful afternoon. You smiled at the elderly waitress. You thanked every stranger who held the door. You laughed without trying to impress anyone. For the first time in years, someone looked into my eyes instead of my title. That afternoon changed my life forever. Since then I have searched every place that ever held your footsteps. The beach where you collected shells. The quiet bookstore where you loved sitting by the window. The old mosque courtyard where children chased pigeons after evening prayers. The flower market where you always bought white lilies because you believed beauty never needed expensive colors. Everywhere, only echoes remained. My guards insisted on expanding the search. Thousands of investigators, international contacts, airports, hotels, hospitals, nothing. It was as if the desert itself had swallowed your existence. People say a prince never begs. They have never watched love destroy a king before it destroys his kingdom. Each night I stand on the highest balcony of my palace, overlooking Dubai's glittering skyline. The city sparkles beneath me. Tourists call it paradise. Businessmen call it opportunity. Architects call it the future. To me, it is simply the place where I lost you. Sometimes I imagine you standing somewhere in the crowd below. Perhaps you pass beneath my palace every day without realizing the man watching from above would abandon every jewel in his crown just to hear your voice again. If only destiny were that kind. Instead, it keeps us apart. My family has begun to worry. My mother entered my study one evening, carrying a tray of Arabic coffee. She placed it beside me without speaking. Then she noticed the map spread across my desk. Hundreds of tiny red marks covered every district of Dubai. Every mark represented somewhere I believed you might have gone. Her eyes filled with quiet sorrow. "Hamdan," she whispered, You cannot keep punishing yourself forever. I smiled, not because I agreed, because I could no longer remember what hope looked like. I made her a promise. I answered, if she ever needed me, I would find her. You don't even know where she is. I know. And if she doesn't wish to be found. Those words struck deeper than any blade. For the first time, I had no answer, because love is strange. Real love does not chain another soul. It simply waits, even if waiting breaks the heart. So I waited and searched again and again until the doctors began noticing changes I refused to acknowledge. Exhaustion, sleepless nights, weight I had quietly lost. Persistent pain across my chest that I dismissed as stress. I ignored every warning. A prince has responsibilities. A man in love has only one. Finding the woman he cannot forget. One afternoon, while addressing an international conference inside the royal palace, the room suddenly blurred. The crystal chandeliers above me became streaks of light. Voices faded into distant echoes. The floor rushed upward. When I opened my eyes, I was lying in a hospital room. The royal physician stood beside my bed, with worry written across his face. You frightened everyone. I'm fine. No. He shook his head. You've convinced yourself that surviving is the same as living. Silence settled between us. Then he asked quietly, who is she? I looked toward the window. Outside, Dubai continued moving as though nothing had happened. Cars flowed like rivers. Helicopters crossed the skyline. Life never stopped. Only mine had. I don't know where she is. The doctor sighed. You must let her go. I laughed softly. If love obeyed reason, no one would ever suffer. Days later, I returned to the palace, despite everyone's objections. My advisors piled documents across my desk. Trade agreements, economic reports, diplomatic invitations. I signed them all without reading, because every signature felt meaningless. Then, one envelope arrived without a sender's name. Inside was a single photograph. You, standing beside the sea, looking toward the horizon. The picture had clearly been taken recently. My hands trembled. For the first time in months. Hope returned. On the back someone had written only 6 words. As she still waits for the sunrise. No address. No explanation. Nothing else. Most people would call it a cruel joke. I called it a miracle. Within the hour, every helicopter belonging to the royal family was ready. Every trusted guard received new instructions. Every coastline within reach was searched. I refused to remain inside the palace. This time, I would search with my own eyes. The sea stretched endlessly before us. Village after village. Beach after beach. Island after island. Every woman standing near the shore made my heart race. Every disappointment